All right, so we've started this recording like 3 times because we can't quite get it right. But we're April and Eric from Learn to Become, and we're so excited to be talking to you right now.
All right, so today we want to talk about how we create change and how we move towards greatness. There was a really awesome quote.
Because who doesn't want to change and move toward greatness?
Yes, that's true.
I think everybody.
There's an awesome quote that was shared in our Arise Facebook group that said, "I'm setting the intention that this little step is like the ocean liner changing its course by 1 degree. Eventually, it will end up on a different continent. It's a whole life process." And I love that image of just changing 1 degree because, we're not going to get everywhere we want to be tomorrow. But moving in that direction, I think, is exciting and empowering. And we want to invite you to be able to think about that in your life right now.
Well, yeah, and I think all good change comes from small incremental changes consistently applied, right? So it's that 1 degree change little by little. Jumbo jets do the same thing. They don't like bank and turn like fighter jets. Mm-hmm. They literally have to make small course corrections to kind of keep on track and get to where they want to be. And just one quick little parallel on that is like the idea of making small changes is much more, I think, appealing and hopeful than the idea of having to change everything overnight and be like this ideal person.
Yeah.
And I actually calced it out once. Like if you made like 1% improvement in something in your life every week, you would have a far greater result than just like a 52% increase. You'd think like 52 weeks, 52%, but you're actually, the change you make into the future is based on the change you made earlier. So it's compounding. So it's actually much like, I think they calculated out at being like 66 or 67% better off than just 52. So again, not to go into all the mathematics here, but just the idea that these small, minor changes, if you see something that you could change today or this week in your life, the result that it's going to have as you kind of continue to make other little changes over time, it's a powerful compounding effect.
Yeah, I love that. And I was actually just thinking about reducing my cognitive load. I talk about that a lot in our home. And a couple of months ago,
Most of us are her cognitive load. It's like, I could just reduce all of you. We'd be better off.
I told the family, I'm doing a little project this month to reduce my cognitive load. And so what I did is I walked around, it went through my daily routine. I went into our bathroom, I went into, our closet, the kitchen, just throughout the house. And anything that kept triggering a little response like, oh, I need to do that. Oh, that is sitting there for a while. Oh, I wonder if I need to give that away. Oh, I think I need to repair that. Oh, that needs to be ironed. All those little things. I just decided I was either going to eliminate them or finally get them done or, do something so that I didn't have
That sounds exhausting.
No.
Sounds like a long list.
Well, and there wasn't that much, but because I've been doing this for a while. But I went through and actually took some effort. And what's been amazing is since I did that a couple months ago, and then I just kind of kept up with it, as something bothers me, I just manage it right away. I've noticed that I have so much more brain space. Like I'm walking around the house and I can actually think about people or think about projects I'm working on or think about
You're not getting distracted by being in the thick of thin things.
Right. And so anyway, I think that's just been really helpful here.
I like that. We were actually on a little walk. April was listening to a podcast by Jim Collins, who's a great author and great thinker. And he talked about this idea of wanting to become great. And he said, we have too few great things because we have so many good things, right? And he said, good is actually the mortal enemy of great. And I thought it was a really powerful comment because, sometimes things are just good enough that we don't really aspire for greatness. But at the same time, conversely, we can't try to be great in every little thing we do. So I think you are selective. We're prioritizing, a few things in our life we want to become truly great or greater in. And then, we accept good or good enough in other areas that maybe aren't quite as important. Mm-hmm. But on those things that maybe matter the most, like our relationship with a higher power, our relationships with the people we love, our family and those close to us, or maybe something we're doing professionally or in our personal lives that really matter to us, we want to be able to identify how can we make these incremental changes consistently enough that we truly can become great and keep becoming even better in those things.
Yeah, and as we were talking about it, the reason why I think I brought it up was because I started feeling a little worried. Like, I'm not a great home decorator, for example. When I order a lamp for a room, I'm seriously looking for like the best price lamp that I can just quickly get and it will solve the problem and provide light.
And that's good enough. If that's not a
enough.
Huge issue or like desire for you to be like a great interior decorator, you move on and you go on to other things.
Well, and there's that word satisficing that's in the book called The Organized Mind and by Daniel Levitin. And one of the things he said is that the most productive people, or usually the people who are able to move forward really well in their careers or their life, are the people who don't dwell on every single decision and have to, worry about it all the time. And so I think learning how to balance that desire for greatness in the areas that matter.
Yeah, I think the key words in kind of managing that greatness and good enough balance are things like prioritizing, right? You get really clear on your purpose and what you prioritize. It's essentializing, right? Going after the most essential things to become great in. It's this satisficing idea. And then it really is, it's that consistent investment of effort, simply, but consistent, to become great in the areas you've chosen.
And the reason why we're bringing this up right now is if you've been on our email list or you've been watching Learn to Become on social media, you're probably seeing that our Arise membership is open. We are getting towards the end of this initial opening. We'll open it again in the future, but right now it's best pricing, best bonuses, super fun. And we'll include, the link is learndobecome.com/arise. But we were talking about it today and we thought, there's an amazing group coming in. We already have
so many
awesome people.
And they're all excited to work together as a community to improve, to build each other and to build themselves, growing in the directions that they'll identify and be able to become stronger and greater in.
Yeah, and so it's been exciting watching that energy. But then we were asking, because a lot of people have been sending in questions, and it's been great. We're, fielding the questions, enjoying that. But we were thinking, I don't think it's necessarily the monetary investment that makes someone pause. We're noticing sometimes people are afraid they're going to fail at arising, or they're worried that, by raising their hand and saying, I'm an ariser, that somehow they're opening them up to overwhelm, or they're going to have to think about maybe some hard things.
Yeah, I think it exposes you. You're vulnerable, like you've committed, I want to be better, and what if I don't become better? What if I don't follow through? Because, like April said, it's not the investment, because the price of Arise is actually extremely reasonable. It's actually going to be the lowest it'll ever be with this kind of special initial opening. So I don't think it's the money that's invested on an either annual or monthly basis for the membership.
And for some people it is, but
but I think by and large, for most people, it's not a question of whether they could be able to afford this in some way. It's that, do I believe in myself enough, or do I feel the feelings of fear and doubt, and that'll kind of keep me on the fence or keep me back. And
so I won't get the return on my investment because I'm going to fail.
Well, it's not even a return on the monetary. I think it's a lot less of, am I going to get back what I put into it monetarily? I think it's like you said. I think a lot of people, maybe you who are listening to this right now, want a better life. You want to be more clear on what your objectives are, your purpose, and be able to move in better directions in the areas that you value most. But there's also that feeling of, but what if it doesn't work for me? What if I'm not able to, what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't put enough time or energy into it? Or I'm sure there's just a myriad of fears that are out there, or self-doubts that keep people from, and it's not about whether you come into a program like Arise with us or not. We want to have this podcast, this recording, be something that maybe gives you a chance to think for a moment. What are some of those limiting thoughts or limiting beliefs that you may have that prevent you from thinking, I could invest some time in like this online course, or reading this book and learning from it, or a podcast, or whatever it is, to kind of think about a better aspect of your life you'd like to move toward, and then put that small but consistent effort toward it. Because I guess one of the things I'm here to say is, anybody can make that improvement in their life if they want it badly enough. People from the most difficult situations and conditions have been able to find, I think it's part of our human spirit, find the way forward to become our better self in a thing that matters to us. And so as you're listening to this, I just want to encourage you to be maybe just thoughtful of what are some of those thought patterns or thoughts you have that might preclude you from having invested or currently investing in yourself to become better, to become greater in some area important to you.
Well, and we just recorded a video about investing in yourself. That's on our YouTube channel. So if you go to learndobecome.com/YouTube, that takes you right to our channel, and you can check that one out. That went live today. But I love that. And I think it obviously, this Arise membership isn't going to be the perfect fit for everyone, and we know that. But if you are excited about it...
And we're also not here to sell or push or try to over-promote.
We're not stressed about it.
But it is an offer. We want to encourage you to come to that Arise welcome page, that information page. Check it out, because one of the things I'm most excited about Arise is it focuses on 6 different but very core key areas to our human existence. Things about helping us become more organized and more focused on having an environment that's healthy and ordered. Having strong family and personal relationships, things that would matter to us there.
Physical and mental health.
Yeah, being able to be better off physically and mentally. Also being in a better financial position so that we can do more of what we want to do and also give back. And then two that are also very important, kind of foundational, is having a real clear picture of what your purpose is and what purpose you're working toward. And then the last area is, defining and strengthening your relationship to a higher power. And again, we're not here to prescribe what that higher power is or should look like, or what your family is or should look like. But it's all these things that we've just mentioned, I think, are really core, really central to a happy, successful, healthy human existence as we go through the time that we live here on this earth, literally being able to make the very best life for ourselves, to architect, to design, and then build that life. And the people who are coming into this program, these early arisers, like, I love their energy, their excitement, their focus, their support.
They're printing out the logo, putting it on little journals and file folders.
They're ready to make some changes, some really important changes. It doesn't be everything changes overnight, but we asked them, pick one area you're most excited about. Tell us what it is and tell us like one thing you'd like to make an improvement on.
Yeah.
And it's been so fun to hear their responses. So again, as you're looking at that Arise information page, consider the possibility of joining us there in that community if it feels like the right fit, and be thinking about which of those 6 areas would you love to start in, because we're going to be focusing month by month on subtopics under each of those 6 areas over the months and years ahead. And it's just going to be a really fun experience to go forward with this collaborative kind of community membership, everyone helping and sharing best practices, learning from each other, and really celebrating the wins that each of our community members are going to experience.
And it really is about community. There was a woman who just posted today, and she said, I love the culture that's being created here in Arise, where it's like the take a penny, leave a penny type of culture, where everyone's there to give where they can, and hey, if you need something, like someone's left something for you and they're there to support you. So we were very clear, this isn't like the April and Eric show. This is a community we're building. And it already, like, our daughter helps manage the community Facebook group, and she was in it today. She's in college right now. She's like, oh my gosh, this Arise community is already awesome. I know, it's so good. And we didn't put this on the Arise information page yet. We need to add it on, but your spouse gets access too. So we don't have like all the details set up, but your spouse can definitely get access as well. They don't have to use it,
but they are welcome inside.
Yeah, so if you do have a spouse, they can come in as well. And so this is something you can do together. Eric and I, like, we created the Arise program because we want to be able to give the best of what we have to this community. We're excited to learn from the community. We want to support you. I mean, we legitimately feel happiest when we're watching other people thrive and grow and develop and have insights. And if the work that we do can help facilitate that, that just means a lot to us.
Absolutely.
And we'll keep doing that through the podcast and videos and all of the social media and stuff like that. So,
and I don't want to kind of differentiate too much, but I think the people who are going to become these arisers, early arisers and arisers, like, they are probably going to become and are the heart of the Learn to Become community, because there are people who not only have resonated with what was kind of being shared at Learn to Become, but they're saying, look, I want to be part of something consistent. I want to invest not just money and time, but myself, right? My energy, my best practices to help people in this community become better as I become better. And so it becomes truly an investment and a commitment to a collaborative community of growth, of learning, and of becoming our best selves.
Yeah. So, okay, if you want to come join us, we would love it. Every time I refresh my email, I get to see the new people who have just joined Arise, and I open each one and I look at their name and I just think about that person each time I see it, because we're not looking at this as numbers. We're looking at this as people, that we get to now work with people. And at Learn to Become, we've had, lots and lots of people we've worked with over the years, and it's all felt a little bit overwhelming to me, but now I feel like we're actually building more of that engagement. It's a two-way, it's back and forth. We're all here to serve each other and support each other. So learntobecome.com/arise. Come check it out. Come join us.
We'd love to have you with us if it's the right fit for you. It's going to be an amazing experience and a great community.
All right, take care.